And today we're gonna be we have some bad news. So we have a guest here. Well, not really bad. Actually, it's pretty good news, but still. We have some good news. We're gonna expose someone today, and it used to be our friend, but apparently he's acting like a big doofus and jerk now. So we're gonna be exposing him, and you obviously know Supersonic Gaming, the person who is obsessed with Sonic and talks about him every time. And he was in my videos, my gaming videos, in the late September and November, and yeah, we're gonna be exposing him because obviously it looked like he was pretty nice in those videos, but when he's not being recorded, he is way more meaner, and you need to know who the real Supersonic is. So do you want to say a few things, Etten?
Oh yeah, my first video. I'm having troubles with the audio. What was that? Someone in my house just yelled Falcon or something. Anyways, I'm having difficulties with the audio where I sound like a robot, and I named it my first cringy video because of the audio. And of course, down in the comments, he says, "You effing suck." And then I says the one that doesn't upload. And he said, I upload most of the videos, which I'm guessing he's talking about the group channel, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't upload that much. He just uploads gay games that are for like 4-year-olds, which he probably is, knowing that he fights like a girl. Because he lunged at my leg one time and scratched me and bit me on the leg. And, yeah. And also, this one time, when me and him were recording, he interrupted we were doing a grandpappy video, and he interrupted my story. He kept asking me questions like an interviewer, and then I left, because you know me, I get angry. And then he said, you kind of rage quit there, and then, yeah. And do you have anything else to say? Because I still have a lot more things to say.
Yeah, there's always stuff to say. Oh yeah, that deal thing he made up.
Yeah, tell them about that.
So, one day before that, we made the big FNAF movie video.
Yeah.
And when the spring trap was saying that he was going to burn down the building, all of a sudden he says, "Gonna burn it down with my crack pipe."
Yeah, and he thinks that's apparently funny to him when it's not funny at all. And he says that you can't do a movie unless if there's jokes in it. No, he says no one's gonna watch a movie if there's not a joke in it. No, everyone watches movies they only watch comedies if they're looking for jokes. But otherwise like superhero movies or James Bond movies, they watch them for the action and the story. They don't watch them for jokes. He says that you gotta have, if no one else is gonna watch it if they don't have a joke. That's what he said.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, it was a joke from these really good animators that make Sonic animations," which of course.
He gets it from a Sonic video.
So then after that, after us having a huge fight, he just messages angry, "Hey, you want to come over tomorrow?" Like nothing even happened.
Yeah, after all that, he just says, "We'll come over tomorrow." And I was about to not come over, but then when he said Etten was coming over, I was like, okay, fine, I'll come over. Anyway, moving on. So,
And then when we were there that night, I was like, hey, if we're gonna tell stories, can I tell the whole World of Warcraft history thing, but chopped up? And it's like, oh yeah, sure. So I was like telling it, and then he just goes right in the middle of it, just goes like, hey, that doesn't actually sound too bad. So I continue with it. I finish it. The next day, I'm showing Angry some cinematic trailers of the Legion. And then when I leave, apparently he, I don't remember what he said. Or was it?
He said that he's gonna make a new addition to the deal.
Oh yeah, and he's like, it was really annoying how Etten was talking about World of Warcraft last night and this morning, which he said that it doesn't. He said it was okay for me to tell that, and he said it didn't sound bad or look bad, and he said he would get it. But then when I leave, he goes like, "Well, you guys aren't allowed to talk about Portal Knights," which for some reason he thinks I'm obsessed with it, where I only talk about it when I'm talking to Angry about it. He says you're not allowed to talk about Portal Knights or World of Warcraft, and I won't talk about Sonic.
And then hold up, I'm gonna tell them the story, what he said before the World of Warcraft one. He said that he was telling this story about how one person was obsessed with Gmod, which is me. One person is obsessed with Portal Knights, which is Etten. One person is obsessed with CSGO, which is, we'll mention him later. And one person is obsessed with Sonic. Or, no, not obsessed.
Decently
likes Sonic, which, that is a lie. He freaking loves Sonic. And I wish I could have got that story on recording, because you don't know how many lies he told in that story. He told freaking... He thinks he's decently obsessed when he's not. He knows he's obsessed. He just doesn't want to admit it. And me and Ethan admit we're obsessed with World of Warcraft and Gmod. But he doesn't admit that he's obsessed with Sonic because, I don't know. He just doesn't. Anyway, moving on. We are going to tell the story about the group. So,
the leadership thing?
Yeah, leadership thing. So would you like to tell that?
First, it was him and this other person. I'm not going to mention him just in case.
Yeah.
Or say his name just in case.
Because he doesn't like being mentioned.
They said that they were the leaders because they said that they
created
that they started this friendship first.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, they were the leaders. They were sharing it. But then, the one person said that he was the main leader, and he rarely got on.
Yeah.
So we kicked him from being leadership, and then made Supersonicgaming 101.
Because we thought that he would be a good leader, and he was being a good leader for a while. But then, he got this detention for telling the previous leader that he sucks penis, and he got in trouble for it, which he obviously knew that would happen. You don't just expect to write that and for nothing bad to happen, so he put that on himself. And he had a detention. After that, he just started being a jerk for some odd reason. And just started being a hypocrite and a jerk. And now we're thinking about changing him later. But anyway, we're still not done with this leadership.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. We're thinking about putting the leadership on me, and then if I'm not on for 1 or 2 days, then it goes down to Angry because he's always on.
Yeah. You know me, no one can stop a gamer.
One that stays up until 6.
Yes.
um,
Hey, at least I don't upload videos at 6. He literally, Supersonic uploads videos at 6.
when we had Skype, for some reason, Skype would always lag my computer out. So then we all thought it was my internet, but then we switched to Discord.
And it's not laggy at all.
Yeah, but then for some reason, Supersonic Gaming 101's, everything starts lagging. And then before, when we had Skype, everyone was like, well, it's probably because you have like the crappiest internet, but then all of a sudden, now Supersonic does.
Yeah. Who has the crappy internet now? Huh? Oh yeah, and guess what, Supersonic? World of Warcraft! That deal's over. And he thinks that he can just say anything he wants, do anything he wants, because he's so-called the leader of the group, which really doesn't mean anything. Nothing really changes. Like, that doesn't mean you can just tell people what you do, and he literally makes people his friends. He only has like 5 friends, and one of them is a nerd, and the other half, he's literally Supersonic is a nerd, kind of, because he corrects people every time
Not
they
really.
get a word wrong.
Just likes to correct anyone.
Yeah.
Like my first video, because of the bad audio, I put my first cringy video, and he said to Angry, he didn't even spell cringy right,
Yeah,
which I looked it up multiple times just to make sure that it was spelled correctly.
And he corrects people so much that he literally corrects himself. And I was really mad at him one time because he didn't get on for a week and said he would get on the next week. But he said, oh, I have to go to Florida. And then he said that I won't be on the whole next week. And I got really mad at him. And then I said, well, if you wouldn't make all the mistakes you did, then this wouldn't happen. And if you wouldn't correct people so much. And then he said, yeah, I know I make mistakes, but that's just me. You can literally just stop correcting people. It's not that hard. Just stop. You know, it really won't matter since he'll be the leader. But still. Just stop correcting people. And even then, he's probably still going to correct people. Anyway. And he is a huge dictator. Because, you know, he's so-called the leader of the group. When I think everyone will agree that Etten is the leader. But, still, for right now, he's the leader of the group. And he's such a dictator that he literally, well, I already said this, but still, he's a dictator leader. He makes people do stuff. He does everything. He says anything he wants. He talks crap a lot. And yeah.
Especially to me for some reason.
Yeah, he says he calls him an emo, he calls him dumb, he calls him everything. And it's just mean. And then he says that he doesn't get on. He says that Ethan doesn't get on unless if Supersonic's on. But that is also a lie because he literally said that in reverse because thing is anytime Etten is off, then he doesn't get on. Supersonic.
Yeah, just leaves poor little Angry alone in the dark.
Yeah. How do you think I feel? I want someone to play with. Anyway, so a couple more things we gotta say. So this happened at his house also. We woke up. We were watching World of Warcraft videos. And I just softly punched him with the boxing glove because he had a boxing glove for some odd reason. And I softly
Doesn't hurt
punched
at
him
all
with it.
because me and Angry the night before that, we had a war with it and we just kept on laughing at each other.
Yeah, and it didn't even hurt us. It didn't hurt me at least. I'm pretty sure it didn't hurt him. And if it did, then he would have said. And We were even hitting him with it, and he didn't care. Didn't hurt him. But now apparently he freaks out when I hit him with it once, softly. And then he just lunges at my leg, starts biting it and scratching it. And then I hold him down on the ground because I actually know how to fight, and he doesn't. And then I let him go because I'm afraid he was gonna call his mom.
Which was in the room right next to it, making
Yeah,
pancakes.
and she didn't even notice him lunging at my leg. And, well, I might as well say her at this point. Because, you know, he scratches like a girl and bites people like an animal. And he just lunged at my leg. He doesn't know how to fight. And I let him go because I was afraid he was going to call his mom. Because she was right next in the other room, and I don't know how she didn't notice that. And then I let him go. He grabs the glove off of my hand and hits me with it as hard as he can, apparently. Which didn't even hurt.
At least we think.
Yeah, and didn't even hurt. And then I throw it at him again, and then he puts it under his table thinking I won't be able to get it. I don't think I'm ever going over there again. Anyway, do you have anything else to say, Etten?
I don't think so. We might have to make another one if there's other stuff.
If
continues.
Supersonic responds, if this keeps continuing, and if he keeps talking crap, and if more stuff goes on, we'll make a continuation. But for now, I'm pretty sure this is it.